Adriana joins us with a first look at the weather. It's warming up, but in tandem with that, there's stronger winds too.
That's right, and we're really watching those wind speeds pick up already starting this evening through the overnight and into our early morning tomorrow. Now for Calgary, those winds really gusting to about 40 kilometers an hour or 50, but it's the southwestern corner areas around Waterton Park, Pincher Creek, and Crow's Nest Pass that will be seeing the strongest gusts, close to 70 or even 90 kilometers an hour. Now earlier this afternoon, just cloud cover for much of the province. We're watching for a system coming in from the northern foothills and the mountain parks, but right now it's the wind story that we're watching for. In Calgary, 2 degrees downtown at the airport, 6 degrees at Windsport. Our current temperatures brought to you by Big Four Motors, Calgary's original Jeep store, and more into Zaw Park. Now as we progress through the overnight hours, staying fairly close to what we're seeing right now, 2 degrees, but warm up through the week. We'll have those details for you and the 5-day forecast later on in the show.
It might be a nice time to head outside for a walk, provided you can handle the wind. You're not blown away by it.
Yeah, that's right. Those wind speeds are picking up in southern parts of the province first. For Calgary, not really expecting that wind speed to pick up until overnight into early tomorrow morning. Now, that's coming from a westerly direction, though, so that is helping to boost those temperatures. Right now, here's a look outside with our Skywatch weather camera. You can see a mix of cloud cover out there right now, and really expecting those temperatures to stay near the freezing mark through the overnight. Now, with this radar satellite, we are tracking a system that it's picking up some moisture further north into the northern foothills along Highway 16. However, that moisture isn't quite reaching the surface. Those traffic cameras on Alberta 511 showing conditions are fairly clear, so low-lying clouds for sure, but this system is bringing some snow into southeastern parts of BC tonight. Roughly 2 centimeters around areas of Revelstoke, close to Cranbrook as well. Right now, temperatures across southern Alberta, 2 degrees for Calgary, a bit cooler in Drumheller, -11, -5 in Brooks, -3 in Medicine Hat, plus -1 in Lethbridge, Pincher Creek at -1, and Cranbrook currently sitting at -5. Now, it's those wind speeds that have been picking up. Calgary gusting to about 30 kilometers an hour. Pincher Creek already close to 70 kilometers an hour wind gusts. Medicine Hat gusting to 35 kilometers an hour, but Waterton Park, that wind gusting nearly 80 kilometers an hour. And so it's those areas, once again, that southwestern corner, expecting the strongest wind gusts overnight, close to 70 or 90 kilometers an hour. Futurecast showing that system. This is a snow system that we're seeing in BC that pushes further into Alberta by early tomorrow morning. So along the Trans-Canada Highway, but between Calgary and Medicine Hat, areas around Lethbridge, along Highway 3, could see a bit of mixing in the morning, but with that westerly wind, that may keep things fairly dry. So we'll watch the system fairly closely. Now that does taper off into our Wednesday night. Thursday's looking a lot sunnier as the clouds start to clear once again. However, another system behind this here starting in northwestern parts of the province by Thursday afternoon, and that may bring a bit of that moisture throughout the province. Now here's a look at that wind gust forecast. Areas in that southwestern corner seeing the strongest wind gusts, but everybody really gusting between 40 to 60 kilometers an hour before things start to taper off tomorrow evening and getting light. Our upper air pattern showing the influence of this upper ridge throughout this week. It's not until Friday that we may see a bit of dipping in terms of temperature, a bit cooler for the weekend, but watching for another ridge behind that to bring in some warmer weather. Tomorrow, daytime highs across southeastern BC in the mid-single digits above zero, likewise for Edmonton and Calgary as well. Now things are looking much warmer ahead, but again, the wind and possible moisture, will have a closer look at that 7-day and the 5-day forecast later on in the show.
A lot of people like the warmer weather, but we don't want those outdoor hockey rinks to completely melt.
That's right, exactly. So for the next few days, things are looking pretty good. It's the winds that we'll be watching out for, along with that milder weather. So here's a look at that 5-day forecast for us here in Calgary. Tomorrow, expecting that high of +5. It's possible we may even get warmer with those winds coming in from the west, gusting up to 40 kilometers an hour. Above zero through Thursday, Friday, Saturday into Sunday. We do see some more instability Friday, however, so possibility of some mixing rain and snow. But as we take a look at that 10-day trend, you see that cool down for the weekend, but warming back up for the following week. So the warm trend is here to stay for a bit.
We got above zero today. Adriana, a very nice break from the cold, and we aren't done yet.
Yeah, that's right. The warmer temperatures stay with us for some time, but a little bit of instability on the way tonight, really, as we watch those winds. Those wind speeds really picking up already. Gusts closer to 65, 70 kilometers an hour for Pincher Creek and areas around there, Crow's Nest Pass, as well as Waterton Park. Seeing Lethbridge gusting to 35 kilometers an hour right now, Banff at 30 kilometers an hour. But Waterton Park already seeing gusts close to 90 kilometers an hour, 87. Some cloud cover through the evening that can protect us through the overnight hours, but temperatures on the rise still as we are currently sitting at 6 degrees here in Calgary. We'll have a look at your 5-day forecast later on in the show.
Let's bring Adriana back in now and get a closer look at our 5-day forecast.
Yeah, that's right, Tara. Things are warming up. In fact, in the last hour, we've warmed up by 4 degrees. Currently sitting in Calgary, we're currently sitting at 6 degrees. That wind coming in from the west-southwest at 9 kilometers an hour. However, wind speeds expected to pick up as we continue through the evening and overnight hours. That increasing cloud cover for northern parts of the province, seeing a bit of that precipitation beginning in the northern foothills as well, and that may make its way into southern Alberta early tomorrow morning, but that system also connected to a system in BC, bringing in a couple centimeters of snowfall for southeastern parts. But here's a look at that 24-hour temperature difference. Calgary, 10 degrees warmer compared to this time yesterday. Medicine Hat, 7 degrees warmer, 1 degree warmer in Milk River, and Lethbridge, 6 degrees warmer compared to this time yesterday. However, temperatures still a bit cooler for Drumheller. Calgary sitting at 6 degrees, but Drumheller at minus 12. And with that wind chill feeling closer to minus 20. Medicine Hat currently sitting at minus 4, minus 5 in Brooks, minus 3 in Milk River, and minus 1 in Lethbridge. There's that wind chill there for Drumheller, minus 19. It's feeling like minus 11 in Banff. Pincher Creek feels like minus 10. Milk River feels like minus 8, and Medicine Hat feels like minus 11. Here's that futurecast. So this is the system that we are watching for as we progress into Thursday or Wednesday morning. It's the mountain parks that will be seeing much of that snow. The Trans-Canada Highway in the BC portion between Revelstoke to Banff could see close to 2 or 3 centimeters of snow before making its way into Alberta. So it's Calgary east of Highway 2 towards Lethbridge to Medicine Hat that could see some mixing early tomorrow. But also, in addition to this, the strong wind gusts coming in from the west, dry air making its way. So there is a chance we may not even see that precipitation hit the ground. Wednesday night into Thursday morning, again, possibility of some flurries, but accumulation not expected with this as those temperatures are much warmer. That ground temperature not really supporting accumulation. However, another system Thursday night making its way that may bring in some more of that instability Friday. But here's a look at that snowfall forecast. By Wednesday morning, Fernie could see close to 3 centimeters, and that makes its way into southern Alberta with another system Wednesday night into Thursday. But like I said, that system there, not expecting much accumulation thanks to the warmer temperatures. It's the winds that we're watching out for. Pincher Creek could see those gusts close to 70, 80, or even 90 kilometers an hour overnight into tomorrow. Now, things do start to taper off into the afternoon. Winds become lighter once again, but here's a look at your regional forecast. Windy conditions, a chance of mixing through the second half of the week and more of that wind. We'll have a closer look at your 5-day later on in the show. Here's a look outside at our Skywatch weather camera. Looking fairly calm this evening here in Calgary. Partial cloud cover across the city and watching for those winds to pick up overnight into early tomorrow morning. Now, temperatures have really been helped by those winds, of course, coming in from the west. Calgary in the last hour has even warmed up by 4 degrees. We are currently sitting at 6 degrees in the city, minus 1 in Lethbridge, 2 degrees for Pincher Creek, but a bit cooler further east. Drumheller currently sitting at minus 12 here, minus 1 in Lethbridge, Brooks at minus 5, and minus 4 in Medicine Hat. Further north, also a warm up for northern parts of the province. Edmonton currently sitting at 0 degrees, minus 4 in Red Deer, minus 11 in High Level, minus 3 in Peace River, 5 degrees above 0 in Fort McMurray. It's the winds we're watching out for this evening. Gusts closer to 70, even up to 90 kilometers an hour for that southwestern corner. Things start to pick up overnight, Wednesday early morning, and then starts to taper off later on into the afternoon, becoming lighter, but also watching for a system that may bring in a mix of rain and snow for southern parts of the province. It's already beginning tonight for southeastern parts of BC. That may bring up to 3 centimeters of snowfall between Revelstoke to Banff, into Cranbrook as well. bringing mix that rain and snow for parts of southeastern parts of the province here in Lethbridge towards Medicine Hat. However, that upper air bringing in the warmer air, cooling down for Friday and into the weekend before we see a bit more of a warm up once again early next week. Tomorrow, temperatures above 0. Kamloops 2 degrees, 4 in Salmon Arm. Further north, 4 degrees in Edmonton, a high of 2 in Red Deer. Calgary expecting 5 degrees, 3 degrees in Olds, 4 in High River, and +3 in Drumheller. We'll have a closer look at that 7-day for you later on in the show.
Stretch for the Calgarymen.
Good stuff. Thank you, Glenn. Well, we don't have any cherry blossoms blooming or anything, but we have some pretty nice weather.
Yeah, we do. It's a bit windy as we look ahead, but the temperatures are fantastic, well above seasonal. We're going to take a look at our weather window now, brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate. This photo was sent in by Stan Williams. He took this out in Canmore last night. Clear conditions. You can see the stars. Absolutely stunning photo. Thank you for sending that to us. Our 5-day forecast looking warm tomorrow once again, helped by that westerly wind gusting to 40 kilometers an hour. Some instability expected for Friday, possible rain or snow. And although temperatures dip Saturday and Sunday for the weekend, again close to freezing, things are warming up once again early next week. So this warm stretch here to stay for a little bit.
Feeling a little bit spoiled in January. Not complaining, of course, but that's a pretty good looking 10-day forecast.
It really is. I love it when we get above 0 in the dead of
We'll take it. Thanks for your company tonight. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow.